Yes.
Let me start by asking you. You were a governor, once a governor in that state from 2003 to 2007, I guess. This time around, a lot of people want to ask, did you forget anything in the government house in Awka that you're going back to to pick up? What exactly, why do you want to go back to be governor of Anambra State?
Yeah, Shane, I think this is a good question. It's a good question because if I had not gone to that state before as governor, and if I had not done 33 months there as their governor, and having the benefit now of looking at 7.5 years of an Abga government there, and comparing my period there, 33 months, vis-a-vis 7.5 years, which translates to about, call it 90 months. I will not have answered this question very effectively. Yes, I forgot something there. What I forgot there is the fact that I had a blueprint which I had tried to execute, a work plan. It's my own work plan. And I was able to do 23% of that work plan. Now, after 7.5 years, I have looked at that same work plan. I have seen what the Abga government had done. They have only scratched about another 7% of my work plan, making for a total of 30% as work done. I have 70% of my original work plan still unattended to.
Okay, it's interesting because
yes,
a lot of us know that you're a medical doctor. I mean, once a medical doctor is perhaps going to be a medical doctor forever. I mean, you've been a politician for some time now. But the fact remains that your mathematics about your performance when you were in office and your plans, what you targeted at achieving when you were a governor of Anambra State, it seems you have that fraction in your head. But this time around, don't you think that must you be a governor in Anambra State to achieve some of this plan?
You see, because it's my work plan, I'm the one who will not do the mechanics, I'm the one who will not do the execution.
And none of this work plan has been achieved at all by the governor.
7% have been done.
By the government of the day?
7% only. And that is in the octopus Hydra-headed program which they called ANITS. And ANITS, they say, means touching all sectors at one and the same time. I don't know. So, but I don't blame them. It is my own work plan. It is my own design, covering all facets of life. But more importantly, when I came to Anambra State, there was a total breakdown of security of lives and property. And the cardinal job or function of any government is enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution in Chapter 2 under the Fundamentals and Directives of State Policy. Government is to provide security and welfare of the people. It's there. Everything flows from there. So when I came, I noticed the breakdown. I tackled it headlong. And before I left, in fact, after 6 months in office, people in Anambra State could sleep with their 2 eyes closed.
Okay,
they could go to banks.
Let me just say on that particular issue, kidnapping in that particular region of the country was on the eye at some point in time in the country, of which you were also a victim of kidnap.
No. My own was a political kidnapping.
But at some point it was a kidnap, isn't it?
Well, maybe, I don't know how to brand it now, but it was political they didn't ask me to bring money before releasing me. Maybe I was kidnapped because I was not ready to play ball with money, but that is different.
What I was about asking you...
Today we have the kidnapping for money, for ransom, which is bad.
Okay.
It's a more virulent and deadly kind of malaise than physical armed robbery. Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you,
because it has grounded
in terms of security now. We just had the President, Goodluck Jonathan, talk to the nation for about 2 hours. And one of the things that he talked about is the issue of security. He of course, mentioned the issue of Yobe attack and the fact that he doesn't know if Sheka is really dead or not. If you become the governor of Anambra State, what would you do differently in terms of security? And would you just comment a bit about the presidential media chat?
No, I'm not going to talk about the presidential media chat.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
I don't want to do that now because we're talking about a provincial matter.
Oh, because I'm linking these issues now for you to comment on. That's why. Because if you're a governor, you are a big stakeholder in the issue of security.
There's no terrorism in the southeast.
But you know that kidnapping was a big one.
He even compartmentalized the problems. He told you about Boko Haram issue. It's different. He told you about the Niger Delta militancy program. It's different. He told you about the Ombase killings in Nasarawa. Different again. Is localized. He talked about Plateau, the settler and indigenous sheep problem. Different. The major issue in Southeast, particularly Anambra State, is kidnapping and robbery. Non-security of the people and their property. And it's going on. It's continuing. It's on high increase.
But were you able to fight it when you were governor?
It's even being suppressed.
Were you able to fight it when you were governor? Were you able to fight it when you were governor?
The robbers fled my state when I was governor.
So you think when you were...
The kidnappers fled my state when I was governor.
So what happened to you when you left as governor?
They all came back. They had a field day. They're still there.
So what would you do if you become governor today?
I know what I did the last time. I will do it again.
All right. Tell us about...
Much more important.
You've been talking about your work plan.
These things are social. They're socially based. Unemployment is a major cause of that. Youth restiveness due to unemployment. The unemployed hand is a devil's workshop. The idle mind. We must generate jobs for these young people to do. Our generation must do that. If we don't do that, we have been categorized as a wasted generation, and it will stick forever. I don't want to belong to that category of people. I will live here, and I leave this place worse than I met it. I had a better life than my kids now.
Are you saying that
the university?
Are you saying that Anambra is worse than you left it?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Categorically.
Let me take
categorically, yes.
Before I take you up on that, tell me about your work plan. You talked about your work plan. You said just a little fraction of it you were able to achieve. And the government of the day have been able to achieve 7% of it. Tell us, what is this work plan that you have?
Well, my work plan is simple. It's a simple work plan. The people are not asking you for too much. Like I said when I came, there was total breakdown of security of lives and property. Government could not guide their people. They could not give them security and welfare of the people. You put security first. You secure them. They are alive. They don't live in fear. Then you give them the welfare benefits that are mostly social. After security, you talk in terms of education. You must educate the people. You must give the upcoming generation qualitative and readily available education. And in my own case, I was inching towards making education totally free. I have put it in the primary school and articulated the primary school with the junior secondary school, which they call JSS system, JSS 1 to 3. And I was inching towards the senior secondary school, then into the tertiary, before I left. Today, is bastardized, it's gone. The foundations removed. Schools have not been rehabilitated.